Hey guys, it's Megan. So I watched the first house eviction for season 17 of Big Brother, and I have to say that I'm not surprised at the results. So tonight they voted to evict Jace, and he went home. Well, Kathy Griffin, I think her name is, she did the Big Brother twist, and she's putting a phone in the house, and I guess it's like the fourth or the seventh or the ninth person to pick up the phone call after it rings, because I guess she's going to periodically ring, gets to get the last laugh, which basically means they get to save either themselves or bring 3 people not to vote next week in the eviction. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but it'll be interesting to see. Everybody went after Jace. The only person that didn't vote for him was Audrey. Now, Audrey was... Kathy said something about her to the effect of she needed to quit having meltdowns, get out of bed, and fight and play. So we'll see how that happens. Jackie was not... let's see how to put this the right way. Well, I mean, obviously she didn't get evicted because it wasn't a double eviction, so she was safe. And they did a HOH competition in 2 groups where there was this billboard for a Ginger Fest, and it was for some kind of medical drama or something that Kathy Griffin had up, and they had to almost like run laps, like back and forth, to get pieces of it to put it on a billboard. So Becky won the first round, because you had whoever got it fastest and then got back and turned their light on, I think they got HOH. The second group came around, and the person that was the fastest there was Shelly, so you have Becky and Shelly in power this week. You still have the Battle of the Block, which will happen, I believe, on Sunday, and that should be interesting, because each of them have to nominate 2 people, and they were 2 people each, and then they have the Battle of the Block, and they knock one of the HOHs off, and then they get knocked out, so there'd be only 2 left. Not quite sure who they're going to go after this week. The girls are taking the power to their heads, so we shall see. I don't anticipate Audrey being up there this week, but I could be wrong. There was a twin twist that they were talking about, and when they got Jace out, they showed him, what people said if he was leaving, and Liz is the twin. Liz has a twin sister named Julia, and they've been changing in and out, and what was ironic, or what was interesting tonight, was either Liz met Julia or Julia met Liz in the diary room. They both sat there together, they cast their vote together, then they switched and the other one came out and went and sat on the couches. Now, I've been watching Liz because I've been thinking something was a little off, and I've been trying to keep an eye on her hairline and her voice, and there is a subtle difference, and they have to make it 5 weeks without being discovered before they can both come in and play as 2 separate entities. Now, I just got done watching the twins on season 5 of Big Brother, and both of them have since made it to the jury house, and I'm almost to the end till I know who wins that season, but I don't know yet. Now, my thing is Adria, season 5, didn't win HOH until she could legitimately bring her sister into the house. It just didn't happen before then, and she only won it once, I believe. Well, if Liz actually wins HOH before she brings her sister in the house, I mean, obviously they're going to be switching out via the diary room, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to get too close. It's not really that you don't want to get too close, it's that there's 2 HOH rooms. Now, on the live feed, you really only see one of them, because I didn't know there was a second HOH room. So, there's, I mean, I think it shows a little bit of the second room, but part of me thinks they might close off the second room once one HOH is knocked out, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. So, you have that, and, let's see how to put this. We know Liz is the twin, but part of me wonders, because it's, you know, the Big Brother takeover. Sorry, I had something stuck on my tooth. The Big Brother takeover, I wonder if there's not 2 sets of twins, and they're just revealing the first one now, and they're going to wait a while and reveal the second one. I wonder if it's possible we have a set of twins that's girls, that's female, and we also possibly have a set of twins that's male. Now, I know you guys are sitting here going, isn't that a little far-fetched? But really think about it. I mean, it could be one of these deals where the first half of the game, you have a set of twins that's girls. Well, then once you find out who they are, you could have an interchanging set of guys that go back and forth until they're revealed near the end to be able to play. I don't know. I mean, it's twisted up anyway, so it's anybody's guess. But yeah, I kind of think that excuse me, this next week's interesting, but if Audrey keeps having meltdowns and perpetrating, causing, let's just say, causing so much drama in the house, and in the very first episode I see Vanessa on, that's the very first episode I see, she's having a meltdown. I wonder if we're going to have to go through all the girls having a meltdown and the guys having their way. And what is up with Austin? Now, when I watched the episode last night with the prom special, and then they were playing a game and everything, and Austin was right into the game with everybody else, and he was like smiling, and he looked like he was really enjoying himself. And I can't figure out why the producers keep yelling, "Austin, stop that!" So I don't know what he's doing, and I never see it happen. You always hear it like it's off in a distance. It's, "Austin, stop that," or "Austin and somebody stop what you're doing," or "Stop that." I wish I knew what it was they were doing that they're being asked to stop. I don't know if it's maybe what they're talking about. I don't know if it's maybe that they're doing something that's explicit. I would just like to know what they keep yelling "stop it" for. So, yeah. Now, with the girls being in power this week, I see that they might go after some of the weaker players and pick them off. But, they could also go after, oh, what's his name? I don't think they're going to go after Jason, but they could go after James, or, I hope they don't go after James and Steven, or James and Jeff, because I like the James and Jeff when they're pranking. I think that's pretty cool, and I really enjoy watching that. So I don't want to see that to be over. Let's see. I don't care what anybody says. Right now, I tend to like James and... oh, who was the other one? James... I like James and Jeff together. Now, I doubt that they'll last through the entire season, but you never know. Now, when Austin got picked off tonight and he was coming out, when the show, well, actually before the show started, I noticed there was somebody sitting in the front row with the pink hair again. Yes, you're right. It was Frankie. Ariana Grande's brother, Frankie. He was there. He was excited. He was the only one I recognized in the audience, but I really wasn't paying attention because I was listening to Julie more than I was, he wasn't talking. He was just clapping and cheering in the audience. So Jace gave him a shout out when he came out and saw him. So I don't know. Jace was giving his little speech that was supposed to be this big deal, and there was some song he was supposed to do, or there's a song that long hair sit in the eviction chair or something. I don't know. Honestly, he was trying to throw as many people under the bus as he could, and he really wanted to go home before the 4th of July hit. If he was going to be evicted, he didn't want to be sequestered. He wanted to just be able to go home and get back into his life. Now, they're always saying, don't talk about production, don't talk about production, and don't talk about your diary sessions. But part of me wonders why we're told we can't talk about diary sessions, why they can't talk about the production. I get that there's some secrets there and some anonymity and everything, but I'd like to know how stuff is done. I'd like to know the process from A to Z. The process from it being advertised, trying out, the different levels you have to go through. Then you get, you find out you're on Big Brother. I'm sure you have to have a physical, and I'm sure there's a booklet full of rules. And I'd like to know, I assume they're getting a stipend for staying there because I heard Jace mention last night about a per diem, but he doesn't get it until the season's over with. So I don't know if maybe this per diem is supposed to cover their, some kind of payment for them being on the show, because technically you really wouldn't want to work for free, but at the same time you're like this. I wonder if it's enough to at least cover their rent or what goes into that. And I wonder how long the process of advertising and finding somebody till the premiere episode. So there's a lot of steps, and then I wonder, how much are they allowing, or how much shopping is being done for everybody, as far as food. And obviously they're going to have to measure you and everything for clothing and shoes for activities and stuff. Do the house guests get to keep all those clothes and shoes after it's given to them for the competitions? And my other question is, at the end of every season, what do they do with the furniture and the stuff that's set up? Do they donate it to charity? Do they auction it off somewhere? Is there a place where, a warehouse with all the stuff in it? What are they doing with the stuff? And how much do they budget for groceries a week? Obviously, I'm wondering if it's $100 a person a week. And they just kind of get a general idea. Now, you have the food competitions where you earn this food and that food, but not this food or not that food. Now, I'm understanding that what it looked like on one thing is that they give them liquor all the time, but they don't. You're given a couple bottles of wine and maybe a 12-pack or something of beer, maybe 2 12-packs, I don't know, or a case of beer. And that's supposed to last them. Now, you have these ones that are begging for more. Well, it's good to know that they're not pouring it down their throats, that there's some sort of limitation there. And I think I understood when they have lockdown, by watching the live feeds, lockdown outside, that there's a porta-john that's out there. I don't know if it was out there from the beginning or not. But I don't know how long they'd lock them out in the outdoors for that. I was making a comment yesterday about Liz cleaning, and now I feel bad because it could be Liz, it could be Julia, but either way, it was still irking me the way that she was cleaning. And it would have been funny had I was watching the feed on the computer and I was watching the feed on the TV at the same time, and they were off a little bit. I said it would have been funny if, you know, thinking about it now, if Liz and Julia were both in there at the same time, just in different rooms, and nobody would have noticed the difference. They would have just passed the person. I don't know. I got a lot of ideas for Big Brother, about Big Brother. So, the people that don't want to know about what's happening on the show don't watch my videos. And if, you know, you're watching my video, don't comment, oh, wow, you talk too much, jeez. Because the whole thing of a video log, a vlog, that's what you're doing. You're talking about the subject that you're covering. So, I've done a few videos tonight. There's a few days where I haven't been posting videos just for the fact that I just don't really have anything to talk about. Give it a few days and then post another video. That's the way that I see it. So, let's see. I see some bigger activities happening this season on Big Brother. I see some celebrities either making an appearance or doing a video to air on the show or something. I just, you know, I don't know how much further they're going to go with the Big Brother takeover, you know, or the twist or whatever. It's got some weird ditty when it plays. No, I never hear it on the live feeds. I only hear it on when they do the show or whatever, the episodes, I guess you'd say. So, alright, when they blacked out the station for, before the live feed and then after the live feed was done, they just did a loop of a few clips of the week and talked about it just a little bit, and it just looped for several hours, I think. And I saw it a few times, excuse me. Believe it or not, between day 1 entering the house and day 15, there's a lot of difference in the personalities and attitudes with some of the players. With a good majority of them. I wish we could give Austin something else to do besides working out and planking and lifting weights and, you know. I see that in the HOH room they can tweet or whatever. Can they read other ones that are through? Because if that's the case, all somebody has to do is say Liz is a twin, they're playing on the show, and somebody would know. So I don't know how those rooms are being monitored or whatnot. I see that they get to watch Netflix this year, which, if it was me in the house, I'd probably be up in the HOH room as much as I could watching, just because I sit and watch, movie and TV shows all the time out here with my, Netflix and Hulu Plus and CBS and HBO and Showbiz and FX and whatnot. So, alright, I'm going to close this video for now. Like, fave, share, subscribe. If you're interested in the CBS All Access live feeds, just go to CBS All Access and sign up for it. I think it's like $5.99 a month. And then if you only want to watch it just for watching the Big Brother live feed, watch it through the end of the season and then cancel your service. You can cancel it at any time. You can pay with your credit card. I had a subscription before Big Brother came on this year, so it was a bonus that you got to watch the live feeds. So, if you're interested in watching them, now's a good time to start, because sometimes you'll catch something really interesting and you'll be sitting there not realizing you've been watching it for a couple of hours of people on there just yakking and talking and cooking or just talking. It's nice to see, when they talk about other stuff besides the game. Like, I don't think I've seen Audrey on there besides talking about she's from a small little town in Georgia or wherever she's from, and she's transgender. Okay, besides that, she just a charming little town. Okay, she doesn't talk about anything else besides the game and about people in the game. So, I mean, you're there 24/7. You guys can talk about other stuff. You don't have to constantly talk about the game. I mean, I get that you're there playing a game, but there's obviously you can talk about other stuff. And some of the other players do, and she just doesn't. I don't know what her goal or her willpower is, or what, or if she's just got shuttle brain where she just, it's one thing all the time. Alright, like, fave, share, subscribe. Megan Shepherd 81, meganshepard81 @gmail.com. Thank you. Have a good one.